You bought the phone. That was 2 years ago. You're still paying for it every single month, and you don't know how much. 2,500 people were asked to guess what their subscriptions cost them. Then they listed them, one by one, on paper. Not a single person got it right. Not one. So in about 4 minutes, I'll show you the one screen on your phone that has the real number on it, and the two places it hides where that screen will never show you. Here's what that survey found. When people guessed, they went low. When they itemized it, the real figure came out at $273 a month. That was 2021, so treat the amount as a rough guide, not as your number. But this part travels. 2/3 of them were off by more than $200. And here's the detail that should bother you. They were spending more than 3 years earlier, and they guessed lower. The spending went up. The awareness went down. That gap is the whole problem. And it isn't because people are careless. It's because of how the thing in your pocket is built. Take one number. When you buy a phone today, it comes with 128 gigabytes of storage, often far more. The free cloud storage that comes with it, 5 gigabytes. And that number hasn't changed since cloud backup launched. Sit with that for a second. Your phone cannot back itself up on the free tier. It isn't close. So a few weeks in, a message appears saying your backup failed, and there's a button offering to fix it for 99 cents a month. You press it because 99 cents is nothing, and because the alternative is losing your photos. That's not a trick. It's a default. And defaults are the most powerful thing in this entire business. Now here's why the company is far more interested in that 99 cents than in the phone itself. Apple publishes its profit margins split in two, so we don't have to guess. On hardware, every phone, tablet, laptop, 36.8%. On services, the subscriptions, 75%, more than double. Services are about a quarter of what the company sells, and roughly 40% of what it actually keeps. And that side is growing about 3 times faster than the iPhone. So when you buy the phone, you finish the transaction. When you tap that 99 cents, you start one. Guess which one they'd rather have, which is why the usual advice, go cancel what you don't use, quietly fails. It assumes you can see what you're paying for. You can't. Ask someone to list their subscriptions, and they'll name the big obvious ones, the streaming, the music. What they'll miss is the storage, the app they subscribed to in a free trial 14 months ago, the thing billed once a year that never shows up in a monthly view, and the app they deleted off the phone believing that ended it. It didn't. Deleting an app does not cancel its subscription. The money keeps going. You just removed the reminder. So stop guessing and go look. This is the screen I promised you. On an iPhone, open Settings, tap your own name at the very top, then tap Subscriptions. On Android, open the Play Store, tap your profile picture, then Payments and Subscriptions. That list is the truth for everything billed through the phone. Read it out loud. That part matters because saying the total is what makes it real. Then, and this is the step almost everyone skips, open your bank or card statement and search it for repeated amounts. Anything you signed up for directly on a company's own website never appears in either phone list. That's where the forgotten ones live. Now go down the list with 3 questions. 1. When did I last actually use this? If the answer is more than a month ago, it goes. Not I might. Gone. 2. Is this annual? Annual charges are the ones that survive every clearout because they're invisible 11 months of the year. Check the renewal date and put it in your calendar a week before. 3. Am I paying for storage because I need it or because a message appeared at a bad moment? Photos and full device backups are what fill it. You can back a phone up to a computer for nothing, and you can switch individual apps out of the backup instead of buying a bigger tier. And one thing to know so you don't hesitate. Canceling doesn't cut you off today. You keep it until the period you already paid for runs out. Run the numbers on your own list. 3 subscriptions you'd forgotten at around $10 each is $360 a year for things you already established you don't use. If your gap looks anything like the surveys, that 200 a month that two-thirds of people missed, you're looking at something closer to 2,400 a year. That's not a saving you have to earn. It's money that's already yours, leaving on a schedule you never checked. And let's be straight, because I'm not telling you you've been robbed. The services work. The storage is real. The music plays. The photos are safe. Nobody is being cheated here. The point is narrower than that, and more useful. Every default in this system is set toward you continuing to pay, and none of them is set toward you noticing. That's a design choice. It's completely legal, and it stops working the moment you look at the list. So look at the list. 1 screen. 3 questions. 10 minutes of your evening. Next video, where the money in your weekly food shop actually goes, and how little of it reaches the person who grew it. Subscribe so you catch it. And tell me in the comments, how many subscriptions did you find that you'd forgotten about? Just the number. I want to see how bad this gets.